And welcome everybody, Tad Kozaneski, Kevin Schulz with you here for live broadcast action between Haddon Hts and Sterling. Haddon Hts comes into this game with a 2-0 record. They have a pretty good season thus far, obviously undefeated. They come up with wins over Collingswood. They won 27-21 and Gateway 42-0. Sterling, on the other hand, they are coming into this game. They are 0-2. They have lost to Woodbury 34-18, Collingswood 34-14. Last 5 times these two teams have won. Sterling leads at 3-2. Sterling's on a 3-game winning streak. The last time Hts won was 2012. But Kevin, if you're handicapping this game, this is a very good Haddon Hts team.
It is. It's a Haddon Hts team that puts a lot of points on the board. Tad, you'd mentioned, I believe, the 42 points against Gateway, and then winning in overtime against Collingswood, putting 27 points on the board. So they're explosive. They have some big players that can really get going, have a lot of speed. I think the key for Sterling is to not allow these game breakers to get out in the open field.
Into kickoff will be George Van Install. He'll be kicking off for Hts. They'll go from our left to our right. It is a beautiful sunny day here, not a cloud in the sky. We are socially distanced. Everyone's spread out. It's our first time actually doing a game from out in the bleachers here. So looking forward to it as Sterling will go back to receive, and they will get the ball first. And it looks like back to receive for Sterling will be David Barber and Khalid Hines. Hines just a freshman, too. A very young Sterling team.
Yeah, a lot of these younger players are definitely getting battle tested in this season, and you hope it's going to reap the rewards moving forward.
And game 3 is underway. Goes to the far side of the field. Coming up with it here is Barber. And Barber is hit hard and taken down. Minimal gain on that. We're 1st and 10 coming up for Sterling. As we mentioned, they come into this game. They are 0-2. They average 16 points a game while giving up 34. Haddon Hts has scored 34 while giving up an average of 10. And ball control, Kevin, is going to be the key for Sterling to have any shot in this game today.
Well, that's it. Keep the ball out of the Haddon Hts offense's hands. And, if you're able to do that, you really go a long way in not having Hts establish any type of a rhythm.
So 1st and 10. Again, we're lined up at the other 25-yard line because, again, we weren't able to get in the press box this year because of COVID. We'll do the best to get this to you as we can. Here's Richardson. Richardson met right at the line of scrimmage, stopped on the play by Justin McKay, maybe a yard gain.
Yeah, nice stop there by Hts. And again, Sterling wants to mix things up. I mean, when they move the ball offensively, and they've had some success, we saw them move the ball last week, it's in using the whole field, using the middle, getting the ball out to the outside, and getting the ball downfield, or making attempts to get the ball downfield to just keep the defense honest.
2nd down and 9. The deep back is Richardson. Richardson again met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes next to nowhere. If he's lucky, he gets a yard.
What?
It's going to leave him 3rd and long. Let me give you these starters here, Kevin. Quarterback Jeremiah Thompson. In the backfield, Jameer Richardson and David Barber. Your wideouts, Yoel Rodriguez and Santiago Savarese. Front line, Jaheim Reddick, Malachi Gould, Jeremiah Davis, Eric Shipley, Jacquard Garan, and Jacour McPherson.
Yeah, good start for this Haddon Hts defense, but look for Sterling right now to air things out with a couple wideouts here.
3rd down and 9. Rolling, looking, scrambling, gets by 1, not going to get by 2, as maybe a yard or 2 gain, as he's lucky to get back the original line of scrimmage. Noah Kearney in there on the stop, and that'll bring the punt team in.
Well, Tad, the key there with the defensive pressure that they put on Thompson was that they really went from the outside in. They contained him, forced him to go up the middle, didn't allow him to get out to the wide side where he can use his feet to possibly get a 1st down. So a real good opening series on the defensive side of the ball for Haddon Hts.
The quarterback, Thompson, is also the kicker, so he is back to kick. So Thompson going to kick. Line drive kick, going to bounce. Fleming going to pick it up at midfield. Fleming to his right, and a nice open field tackle there as he's taken down on the play by David Barber. And here comes the Haddon Heights offense. Their quarterback is Ryan DiUrio. Running back who ran it there, Zaire Goffney Fleming. Also Jackson Ferrante. Front line of Justin McKay, Ken Von Smalls, Rocco Ferrani, Brennan Beckus, Matt Costello. Tight end is Jason Brooks. Wide receivers, Isaiah Turner, Gabe DiGiovanni. As Heights will take over 1st and 10 from their own 45. Actually, Sterling's 45. In the backfield will be Fleming. As we mentioned, over center schedule is Ryan DiUrio. He has thrown 4 touchdown passes this year. And back to pass, and we get a flag. We'll give the official with the white head right in front of us. Looks like it's going to be offsides against Sterling. So Sterling lined up offside, so never a good sign on that one. We'll give you the stats again. DiUrio, 17 for 29. He's thrown for 279 yards, and he does have 4 touchdown passes on the year. So right away, Sterling gives him 5 before they snap the ball. It's going to be 1st down and 5. Just underway here. 9:33 to go here in the first quarter. No score. Going to pass. Wide out far side. This is Turner. Turner catches it. He'll get enough for the 1st down. Tackled on the play by Valeriano. But Turner's the featured wide receiver. He's caught 8 passes, 159 yards, 2 touchdowns, and the Sterling coaches said they are going to be hard-pressed to cover him.
And obviously the key there for Heights was just to get the ball to Turner and allow him to use his ability after the catch. Not a bad job, though, of Sterling making a stop, but to stop this Haddon Heights offense, a lot of these big play players, you're going to rely on a lot of gang tackling if you're Sterling.
1st and 10 from the 21. Pitch it to Fleming, who drops the ball, manages to pick it up. Very fortunate for Heights, as he actually may have gotten back the original line of scrimmage. That's one of those cases you're looking upfield as you're catching the ball.
Was just going to say that, and you had good penetration from Sterling out there and almost were able to get their hands on that ball, which would have been a huge turnover early on, especially when you're looking at this Haddon Heights offense that really looks like they're going to do a good job moving the ball.
2nd and 10, 8:30 to go first quarter. We have no score. Fleming. Fleming is going to take a shot for the end zone, and he is going to score. So Goffney Fleming, a sophomore, goes in from 20 yards out, and Heights is on the board first.
Well, you see Heights open up with that last play, with that spread formation, and they're not only going to use the outside, go to the outside like they did with Turner in the previous play, but this is a Heights team that also is able to run the ball up the gut. You saw that on the touchdown run.
So in for the extra point try will be Van Istendahl. He's a senior. That was touchdown number 4 on the season for Fleming. Line drive kick. And it is good. 8:17 to go here in the first quarter. Sterling trails Heights 7-0. And we give a chance here to give a promo of a brand new Twitter page that we have here at Sterling High School. It's something that the sports broadcasting class has come up with, Mr. Schulz. It is called At Nights Overtime. Now, on Nights Overtime, you're going to get that extra information of stuff that you need to, little things that we can't do on the broadcast. Yeah. Neat little behind-the-scenes stuff they're going to do there. So heads up for that. Join it on Twitter today, At Nights Overtime on Twitter.
Mr. Strauss and his crew working very hard on that. And like you said, Pat, it's a neat thing because as you're watching the game, you can kind of go away from things during breaks and find out things that you wouldn't normally know about a lot of these players.
Tad Kazaneski, Kevin Schulz with you here. A beautiful morning for football. 7-0 Heights leads it here in the first quarter as Heights will kick off. Barber is back. He's the one who took it last time on the far side. Tell you what, Istendahl can really kick the ball.
Yeah, that the extra point, boy, that could have been a 35 or 40-yard field goal.
Barber's going to retreat and bobble it off the 5-yard line. Good pressure on him. He gets by a couple, And he's going to go out to about the 15-yard line where Sterling will take over 1st and 10. Kevin, Sterling has got to find a way to diversify that offense today.
They really do. And, like I was saying that, the Heights defense did a real good job in containment on Jeremiah Thompson because he's shown the ability in the first couple weeks to run the ball, something he's improved on from last year, but they just kept him inside, didn't allow him to get around the outside and roll out and throw, and that's going to be a big factor today.
DeAndrea now in the backfield. Ball is fumbled at the line of scrimmage, and Sterling already with a penalty or two, and now a fumble, and that definitely doesn't help.
Yeah, against this Heights defense, especially when you look what Heights can do offensively, the last thing you need if you're Sterling is issues with execution on the offensive side of the ball.
7:45 to go, first quarter. Knights with the ball. They trail at 7-0. Back to pass. Gets the pass off. It is complete. This is McPherson. McPherson's going to go by one. A good initial pursuit there on the play was Gabriel DiGiovanni. They are going to get back the maybe the original line of scrimmage, leaving 3rd and about 11. As we hit the 7-minute mark to go here in this first quarter, Sterling trying everything they can on offense, just not able to get anything going as of yet. And we kind of knew the way this would go. We knew we want to thank Haddon Hts for letting us do this game. We're down at the other 25-yard line. We were hoping more of the action would be in front of us today, but that's the way luck would have it. 3rd down and long. Back to pass. Has time across the middle. Now, you might get pass interference here as Valeriano goes down. So Sterling might catch a break as their feet tied up, and we might get defensive pass interference.
And you can see the types of plays that they're looking for right now. You know, the short passes just to establish rhythm, get confidence going, and get themselves in a situation where they're executing on a consistent basis.
So the penalty will give Sterling the 1st down. Kristen Valeriano, a transfer who's done a nice job. He's caught 11 balls this year, 162 yards and 2 touchdowns. And
they really use him equally well on that go route as well as the slant across the middle.
So Sterling with their first down of the game. From the shotgun is Thompson. He's there by himself, sends a man in motion. And somehow the ball never makes it there. Probably going to cost Sterling 5. False start. That's already, unofficially, 3 penalties against Sterling.
Yeah, and the issues with the execution just makes things that much easier for Haddon Hts. And 1st and 15, and if they're able to make a stop here, you have to feel like in a 2nd down situation defensively, they're going to come at Sterling with some pressure, especially, when Sterling really doesn't have great field position. If you're Hts, you can take chances.
6:39 to go, first quarter. Knights with the ball. They trail at 7-0. It's 1st and 15. 2 wideouts now. Now the wideout goes in motion near side to the far side. Richardson left slot back. Shotgun now. Fake the handoff. Richardson wants to keep it himself. Gets a little bit of room. A nice run there by Richardson as he's going to get about 5 or 6. Thompson on the run. Just a sophomore. Had a pretty good year rushing the ball. 12 carries, 76 yards, and a touchdown.
And you could see Jeremiah Thompson get better with that read option game by game. In the first game, there were a couple reads, plays where he misread them, but that was a great read right there. Seeing that opening in the middle and having a quick first step to take advantage of it.
2nd down and 6 for Sterling. Send a man in motion. This time it goes around the edge for number 12, who's not listed in our program. And that is no gain on that one. So I apologize. It must be Xavier Miller, I guess they have listed now as 12.
Good job by Hts defensively, getting to the outside as a team, not allowing any gaps. And the longer you string that out, the more of a chance you get for extra defenders to come up and make the play.
3rd down and 8. 5:25 to go first period. Thompson from the shotgun. He wants to pass. And nice defensive play to knock that down by Zaire Goffney Fleming. Had a man there, but incomplete.
Yeah, had Yoel Rodriguez out to the outside. He had 2 defenders near him, but had a little bit of room, just was a little bit short on the throw.
And now Goffney Fleming will go back to receive the kick from Thompson. Sterling moves it a little bit, but in general has not been able to move it enough today. High snap. Thompson somehow gets this one off. It's going to go out of bounds on the far sideline, somewhere around midfield. So 5:03 to go here in the first quarter. Sterling trails at 7-0. And we have some updated scheduling information for the Sterling football team. We found out this morning on the way to the game that next week's game that was, and I stress the word was, scheduled to be played at Delran has been canceled. Delran has some COVID issues, so they have canceled the game. So right now there is no game for next Friday night. What Sterling has done is they go into a database and announce they are available for a game either Friday or Saturday away. When that happens, we will let you know. 1st and 10 Sterling, for Haddon Heights, I should say. Just about midfield. Pass play is on. They get the pass off behind Isaiah Turner. And you can see how elusive Turner can be. Even though that was behind him, he was open.
Yeah, that's one of those, once again, we saw them go to Turner on the outside. Then you see him kind of fake that. A nice cut inside. Good route running there by Turner, but the ball wasn't able to get there. But, boy, if he was able to get that ball with his ability to run after the catch, he definitely had some space.
2nd down and 10 for Heights. As we mentioned, their quarterback, DiOrio, has thrown for 4 touchdown passes in the 2 games thus far this season. 2nd and 10. Fake it to Goffney Fleming. Pass off and off the hands of Jazeer Brooks. Pretty good coverage on the play by Miller.
Yeah, good coverage, but the pass was there. Brooks just wasn't able to get it. And, again, you could see Heights go to the outside of the field, as they did on a few series ago to Turner. Try to hit the middle of the field on the quick slant previously, early in this series. And then they go to the right side. So the field spread from the way they set up, but they also attack every bit of this field. That's why it makes it so difficult to stop these guys.
3rd down and 10. 3 wide outs to the short side, our side of the field. Pitch it. Here's Goffney Fleming. He finds a hole again. He is going to get a 1st down before he's tackled on the play by Jeremiah Thompson after a gain of about 13.
And just a great job, not only up front, but also how Haddon Heights stopped the linebackers and any run stoppers coming up from the safety position, really walled them off, didn't allow them to get to the outside, and you really saw a lot of room off to that right side.
4:25 and counting, first quarter. Heights with the ball, they lead at 7-0. Quick pass, far side, complete, and running with this is Ferrante. Ferrante, a gain of about 8 on the throw there. Tackled on the play by Jeremiah Thompson.
And they go to Ferrante on the opposite side of Turner. Obviously, Turner is going to gain the most attention. And that's where, you might have a safety shading a little bit more over towards Turner's area off to that right side, and they try to take advantage of what Ferrante can bring to the table on the left side.
2nd down and 3 for Heights. Back to pass. DiOrio has a man open, caught on the play by Turner. Valeriano on the coverage. That's going to be a gain of nearly 20 and a 1st down inside the 20.
not 100% sure, but if that wasn't the set play, I would think you would audible to something like that because you had Turner in a one-on-one situation off to that right side, and that's something where this Haddon Heights offense is going to try to take advantage of that every single time.
Eagles fans can feel their pain on that one. From the 18, 1st and 10, just about 3 minutes to go, first quarter. This is Goffney Fleming. Slips, still gets around the edge, down the sideline, and he is going to get in, I believe. Let's see. Yes, he does get in for the touchdown. That was the second touchdown of the game for Goffney Fleming. He now has 5 on the year, and it's 13-0.
Boy, what an athletic move there. He slipped. I don't know that the Sterling defense might have thought he was down and then bounced it out to the outside and really showed a lot of speed in getting to the corner.
So 2 touchdown rushes already in the first quarter for Goffney Fleming. Extra point try coming up. This is Van Instendahl. Kick is long enough. And the kick is in a front yard and good. 2:55 to go here in the first quarter. It's been all Heights. They lead at 14-0. Well, we get a break in the action. We remind you can get DVD copies of any game that we have here on Sterling High School TV 19. We offer copies for you. All you have to do is contact me in the TV studio at tv19@sterling.k12.nj.us. And when you do it, it's $20. You can make a check out to Sterling High School or cash. Tell me the event that you would like to have copied and how to get a contact with you, and we will get that back to you as soon as we can. It's amazing, Kevin. We're starting to get a lot of copies from people 10, 15 years ago. Do you still have? My kids want to see it kind of deal.
You keep everything.
So we have them there. It's available no matter where it is. We have it available for you on DVD. So Heights set to kick off. They lead at 14-0, and Sterling looking for anything they can get offensively out of this. And Heights pretty much is advertised, Kevin. We heard a lot about their wide receiver, Isaiah Turner. But how about it for Zaire Goffney Fleming? 2 touchdowns already in this game.
Yeah, they have a lot of different weapons. And again, I think that had a lot to do with what you saw on a couple of those plays. They initially were having defensive backs sway over towards Turner, but you've got to address Fleming. You've got Ferrante. Just too many weapons to throw everything towards Turner. And they're on the offensive side of the ball. Heights is definitely taking advantage of that.
Van Instendahl into kickoff. Going right down the middle. Looks like coming up, but this might be Hines. Hines now looks for a far side return, takes it up the middle. Pretty good return there as he gets out to the 30-yard line. That would be the best starting field position that Sterling's had today.
Yeah, and as you were saying that, Tad, I was just thinking back to all 3 of these games that Sterling's played, whether it was Collingswood, Woodbury, or today in this first quarter. One thing they've really struggled with is to try to get good field position. That's been something that's been prevalent throughout these 3 games. And, boy, when you're deep in your own end of the field most of the time, it's difficult because the defense at that point can take some chances with some blitz and stunts, and that's something you've been seeing over these first 3 games.
1st and 10, Sterling, 2:49 to go, first period. From the shotgun is Thompson. Richardson to his left. They want a quarterback draw here. Good job here. Runs over a man. And a gain of maybe 5 or 6 on a quarterback draw by Thompson.
And we've talked about Jeremiah Thompson. I was talking about his read, his ability to see things in front of him. But that play right there, especially lowering his shoulder at the end of that run, just shows me how much more confident Jeremiah Thompson is as a runner this year as opposed to last year.
2nd down and 5 for the Silver Knights. From the shotgun is Thompson. This time he wants to pass. Goes to his right, and he is just buried in the ground. It's caught by Richardson. Great read there. I believe that was Isaiah Turner. They're going to lose at least a yard.
Well, that's a great job of Turner, just getting himself to the point of attack, because Jameer Richardson is a kid who, if he gets ahead of steam, he can take people with him and get extra yards with people on his back. But just a great play by Turner, who's doing it all on the offensive side of of the ball and the defensive side.
3rd down and 6 for Sterling. From the shotgun, Thompson. Thompson hands off Richardson. Richardson is going to be gang tackled and well short of the 1st down, as he might have gotten a yard. Justin McKay in there on the stop, and that should bring the punt team back on the field.
Yeah, you saw Richardson there, and that's the other thing Sterling needs to do is get Jeremiah Richardson, a big-body kid at that fullback position, involved in this offense. And they've been able to do it sporadically, but they really haven't been able to do it on a consistent basis.
And now Sterling will go for it, and a timeout is called Haddon Heights. So a quick timeout here. We'll come back and see if Sterling goes for it after this. And that falls under, Kevin, what do you have to lose?
I agree, because you figure if you get a punt, he fields it, he might get 10 yards. You're going to be right around that area anyway. And right now, Sterling really has to keep the ball out of Heights' offense's hands, and on their end, try to establish something on the offensive side of the ball if you're Sterling.
Let's give a shout out to the cheerleaders. They are out right in front of us here today doing their thing, cheering on the crowd here, under the COVID crowd, if you will, as they're taking this one back in. And we'll take it back to the field and we'll see what Sterling elects to do here. Looks like they are sending 2 wideouts to the near side. Valeriano goes out wide. Yoel Rodriguez going out wide to our side of the field. Thompson from the shotgun. This is 4th and 5. Thompson back looking, and Rodriguez fell. He was cutting for an out pattern. As he went to cut, he slipped, and that's what threw that play off.
Yeah, and the ball would have been there, too. It's a shame on that one. You could see right away, Tad, as you said, on the initial cut. He just went down, and it's a tough one there for Sterling because that would have been a big 1st down, just from a confidence standpoint, to get themselves out around midfield.
59 seconds to go. 1st quarter. Heights with the ball. They lead it 14-0. 2 touchdowns in the game by Zaire Goffney-Fleming, and he's going to be a problem for a few more years. He's just a sophomore. Done a heck of a job thus far. Ryan DiOrio also from the quarterback position doing a pretty good job throwing it. 1st and 10. Pass play. They're going deep for it all, looking for Turner, and underthrew him by a ton there. I don't know if it slipped out of DiOrio's hands.
Well, you saw them go to Turner on the slant, and there it looked like he faked slant, went to the go route. And they're going to take advantage not only of his speed, but his ability to jump up and go for the ball. But Sterling's got a lot of confidence defensively, and Christian Valeriano out there in a one-on-one situation.
He's just a junior. I'm sure he's getting quite an education today.
Yep.
He's hanging tough so far. 2nd and 10. Goffney-Fleming gets by 1, gets the edge. He is going to get close to the 1st down, tackled on the play by Mike David. Actually, check that's gain of about 5, leaving 3rd and 5.
They got 5, but that's a situation where Sterling was able to gain initial penetration, and anytime you get situation with the backs, with the speed that they have, you've got to get to them. Sterling got themselves in position, but weren't able to bring Fleming down. He goes and gets 3 or 4 yards.
3rd and a long 5 for Heights. Probably 2-down territory. Back to pass DiOrio. He is going to be sacked as Sterling is all over that. Great job into the backfield. I believe Reddick, one of those young men back there. Also in there, McQueen.
Well, good job shooting the gap. Again, on 2 successive plays. First on the run, previous play, Sterling gained penetration. Weren't able to get to the point of attack, but got the good penetration. Then right there, you saw them get to the quarterback for the sack.
Well, we've played 1 quarter of action here from Haddon Heights. Haddon Heights leads it 14-0. All right, back with live action here. Again, we'll give you a chance to see the cheerleaders doing a team cheer here. We'll let you look at that. A reminder here, you can catch all the action here on Sterling High School Channel 19 if you live in Stratford, Somerdale, Magnolia, Hynella, or Laurel Springs, you can catch us on Channel 19. Also, welcome to everyone around the world watching as we are now live on YouTube off our YouTube website, Sterling TV 19. What you're going to get there is we're trying our best to bring as many of the live games as we can. Football, we try to go on the road. We try to bring you the home games as well for soccer and field hockey. This year's the first year we've been able to do that live. I want to thank Mr. Paul Mays, who was able to help us out with that. So now we start the second quarter here in Sterling High School TV 19. So again, second quarter action. It's going to be 4th and 3. DeOrio is back. Has time and good I guess they're going to call it a good defensive play by Khalil Hines, trying to get a slant play to Ferrante. There was a little bit of contact early, but the referees let him play. So Sterling able to stop here, and they'll take it over 1st and 10 from about their own 38. And if you're just tuning in, next week's game for football was scheduled to be with Delran. Delran has developed a COVID issue in their school. That game has been canceled for next week. Sterling is in the process of trying to get a game Friday or Saturday, home or away. We do not know, but they're trying to get a game. Thompson from the shotgun. Has Richardson with him back there. Richardson now to his left. Thompson wants to take it himself. Thompson's going to get a first down and more. Touchdown saving tackle on the play to come in there and make that stop. I believe that was Turner. That's a gain of about 24 and Sterling's biggest offensive play of the game thus far. Sterling just has to find a way to find something that works, anything that works. In Heights territory for the first time, 1st and 10. Thompson from the shotgun. 2 wideouts near side of the field. He wants to take it again. Thompson not shy. He's going to get about 6 on that, and if it ain't broke, don't change it. Stay with it. Is Thompson able to get another 5, almost 6 yards, leave him 2nd down and 4. 11 minutes to go here until the half. Sterling, their best offensive drive thus far. 2nd down and 5 in Heights territory. This time, give Richardson a shot up the middle. The big man pulled down, but not after what appears to be a first down and a gain of about 6. So Sterling finding some running room with their quarterback and their fullback between the tackles, and that is enough for a first down. So how about it for Sterling thus far? Moving it along offensively. See if they can continue this down the field. From about the 31, 1st and 10. 2 wideouts to the near side. Thompson again. This time Heights in a better position to grab him, as he's only going to get about a yard on that. They'll leave him 2nd down and 9. But again, Sterling going right at Heights. Maybe they've identified something in the middle of this defense that's giving trouble at the moment. Under 10 minutes to go here in this first half. Sterling with the ball, 2nd down and 9. Thompson may be calling an audible. He's looking at his wide receivers there. Let's see. 2nd down and 9. Thompson wants to throw. Gets this one out to Rodriguez. Rodriguez met as soon as he caught it. Isaiah Turner on the catch. There'll be no gain on that. Good defensive play there by Turner.
Boy, Turner's all over the field. You know, we heard a lot about what he brings to the table from the offensive side of the ball, and they're really trying to go to him. But I'm equally impressed with what he's able to do as a run stopper on the defensive side. Really gets up there in a hurry and makes it difficult for Sterling to get to the outside or exploit any outside area of the field.
3rd down and 10 for Sterling. Again, they're back at about the 31. Shotgun formation for Thompson. 2 wideouts to the far side. A little bit of confusion between him and Richardson. And Richardson going to carry it for about 2 or 3. It's going to leave him 4th and about 8.
slowly trying to get Jameer Richardson into this offense. You know, you got a couple yards there. I know they had some stops on him at the line of scrimmage, but again, I think for this offense to get going, obviously we talked about them getting the ball downfield, exploiting the outside, but you've got to get Jameer Richardson going up the middle.
They've been able to develop that so far on this drive, which was led to a couple of their first downs. It's 4th and 9 as Heights has kind of maintained and got that. It looks like Sterling will take a timeout. We have timeout, 8:20 to go. First half, Sterling trails at 14-0. So, Kevin, as you mentioned, coming up the middle, Thompson had a couple of nice runs for a couple first downs. It opened things up, but it looks like Heights has adjusted to that on the last couple of plays.
Okay, yeah, I stepped aside for a little bit, didn't realize that, but yeah, that's going to be a big thing, forcing Heights to play from sideline to sideline.
And what it's going to come down to here is Sterling's going to need a big play or two from either their wide receiver, Valeriano, or Rodriguez. They need to get the ball a little bit down the field to challenge this Heights secondary. You got the pass interference earlier that helped.
Yeah.
That's the situation you're going to be in here on 4th down and 9. Beautiful day for football. Glad you're with us, watching live here on Sterling High School TV 19. 8:20 to go in the first half as Sterling is figuring out what they can do here on a 4th down and 9, trailing at 14-0.
Boy, what a big play this is to keep the momentum going that you've established within this drive.
If you can get some pass protection, it can't hurt you to go to the end zone here. The worst if you go deep and it's intercepted, hopefully you can hold it. 4th down and 9. Thompson from the shotgun. He's rolling right. Gets a pass off, and it is picked off. I don't know if he's in bounds, as it's picked off by Turner. And again, Kevin, I don't think there's any big harm with that anyway.
No, I mean, you caught a break that he picked it off and
went out of bounds.
Yeah, it's as good as a punt. But the other thing, Tad, not only did moving the ball down the field on Heights give you confidence, but it also turned the tables in the field position. And we talked earlier about how that's been a big problem for Sterling in these first 3 games.
Ball's inside their own 20. It's going to be 1st and 10 for DiOrio and the Garnets. Handoff up the middle. Sterling there on initial stop. Not much of a gain at all, as there are a couple white shirts in there. And Sterling needs to continue more of that to keep them in this game.
And one thing they've been doing in the last 2 or 3 defensive series is slowly working to gain penetration into that Heights backfield. And that, along with gang tackling when they try to get out in space, is going to be the key to stopping this Heights offense.
2nd down and 9. Only got a yard. Goffney Fleming to the wide side. He's got the edge, cuts it ahead. He's got a shot here. One man can catch him from behind. Inside the 30, touchdown saving tackle by Variano after a gain of nearly 65 yards.
Well, that's a case where Sterling did not get good penetration off to the left side of defense, right side of the Heights offense. And once Fleming gets to that second level, he hits another gear. Fortunately, Valeriano was able to catch him, taking a good angle of pursuit, or that would have been another 6 for Heights.
7 minutes, 5 seconds to go in the first half. Sterling trails Heights 14-0. 1st and 10. Handoff here. Good second effort rushing. Still on his feet. Close to a first down. I believe that was Jackson Ferrante. So Ferrante, a gain of what appears to be 10 and a first down. He's very close.
Yeah, and the other thing, if you get penetration or get to these ball carriers, you've got to hit and wrap. We just saw that from Ferrante. Keep it going down, using his hands to regain his balance. We see it from Ferrante on that last play. We also saw it from Fleming earlier on that touchdown run in the first quarter.
Goffney Fleming back in from the 11-yard line, 1st and 10. They get a first down at the 1. Pass play. Slant is on, incomplete. Looking for Turner. Turner beat the defender, but not an accurate throw.
Yeah, and that's probably the second or third time we've seen Turner on that slant beat the defender. He's so quick when he makes that cut. He's going to get himself some space in the middle. They just weren't able to get the ball to him in the numbers.
6:13 to go until the half. 2nd and 10 from the 11. Goffney Fleming gets by one man, gets the end. He has a shot for the end zone, and he gets in for his 3rd touchdown of the game. It didn't get off to a great start, but once he got by the initial contact, gets in the end zone, his 3rd touchdown of the game.
Yeah, that's great instincts by Goffney Fleming. Sterling got penetration, got in there, but he sensed the penetration and avoided the initial. I believe it was a linebacker that came in there, got to the outside, and with his acceleration and speed, you could easily see he was going in for 6.
Extra point try to be held by Diorio. Van Istendahl on the kick. It is long enough. It's going to hit a car going down the street. That's always fun. It's good. 6:06 to go here in the first half. It's all Heights. They lead it 21-0. This Heights team, Kevin, you got to be impressed. For a small school, their offense pretty diverse thus far.
They really are. You've got the backs that can run up the middle or go to the outside. They use both sides of the field, and we talked a lot about what Turner brings to the table from the outside. And it's just, boy, a team where if you get to the ball carriers, if you get to the receivers, you've got to hit and wrap because they have a way of making you miss. And we also talked about Ferrante and Fleming going down, using their hands to regain their balance. So just a real tough team offensively, and they're everything we were told they were coming into this game.
A reminder that this week we will be live on Channel 19. We'll also be live on YouTube in the afternoons. I believe 3 days this week. We are going to have field hockey live. We are going to have girls and boys soccer all live in home games on Channel 19 and YouTube, Sterling TV 19. So if you can't make it out to the game, we have it on live. And the neat thing about the live feature, even if you missed the live broadcast, you can go back and watch the cataloged version later. I want to thank Andrew Kane, going through all the technical mumbo-jumbo, for hooking us up here today. Christopher Burdash, your cameraman as well, both students here at Sterling High School. Kick's going to be taken at the 15-yard line. Coming up with it here is Hines, and Hines going to get out to about the 25, where Sterling will take over 1st and 10 with 6 minutes to go here in the first half.
Well, you're getting to the point where you just have to forget about the score and kind of springboard off of some of the things you were successful with in that last drive. And utilizing Jeremiah Richardson was one of the big things. And again, I apologize. I was away from that for a little bit and didn't see some of his runs, but he's going to be a big factor for this offense.
So Thompson from the shotgun. He's had a pretty good day rushing, as Kevin just mentioned. Richardson's had a carry too. It's been all off tackle when they've been successful. 2 wide outs near side, wide out far side. 1st and 10. Thompson gets by one, still on his feet, spins ahead, and a flag flies. Thompson's going to get 5, but don't know what this. The flag came from the far side of the field. We'll look and see what the official says here. As they are talking it over as to what they want. Again, the gain went for about 5, and I'm amazed he was able to get that because it looked like there would be trouble for Thompson. Here comes the call. Face mask, there it is. Face mask is the call. So add some more yards for Sterling. So some penalties is what's been helping out Sterling the most.
It has been. And a good job by Thompson, Tad, initially evading that blitz. And that's what we talk about. If you don't have great field position, I think the difference in having bad field position is you have a defense that's on their toes attacking, as opposed to having good field position. You've got a defense that's back on their heels.
5-yard penalty. It's 1st and about a yard. Richardson Richardson backs off one, still on his feet. Richardson just about at midfield at the 46. That's to be a gain of about 15.
Yeah, real good job by Jeremiah Richardson, and also a great job on the right side of that offensive line, giving Richardson some initial space. And boy, Todd, when he gets some momentum, you know, we were talking about how he takes people with him. And I think you saw that on that play right there when he bounced it out to that left side after getting to the second level.
A little more than 5 minutes to go in the first half. Sterling with a 1st and 10 from about the 45. This time Richardson again. Richardson, good effort here to get across midfield and a gain of about 6.
And the other thing off of the read option, you know, you're going to see eventually teams, it's just a natural tendency to take an extra step, go towards Richardson. That's where Thompson can pull the ball out and go off to that right side. So it's really opening up a lot of different possibilities of success to Jameer Richardson.
4:30 and counting in the first half. Shotgun for Thompson. Sterling looking for their first points of the game. This time Thompson wants to keep it, and he is not going to make it back the original line of scrimmage as he is thrown back on the play by Justin McKay and Noah Kearney.
Yeah, and you could see Thompson was a little frustrated with himself. I think, you know, we're talking about his ability to read and really improving in that in these first 3 games, but I think that's one he'd like to have back. It looked like he anticipated the read a little bit too early.
3rd down and 5 for Sterling. Under 4 minutes to go first half. They've gone for it for 4th down already, so again, you're going to assume 2-down territory here. 2 wideouts to the near side. That's Valeriano and Rodriguez. Shotgun for Thompson. He's got Richardson to his right. Richardson straight up the middle. He's going to get a 1st down and more. It's an open field tackle taken in there by Malachi Terrell after a gain of about 15.
Yeah, Heights defensively has no answer for Richardson, especially off to the right side of that offensive line.
Sterling has 2 timeouts remaining, 3:25 and counting here until the half.
He's running behind Gerard Grant and Eric Shipley up front.
1st and 10. Richardson. I think they found a little bit of something here. And if, again, we said if it ain't broke, keep going with it. Gain of about 2 or 3. 2nd and 7.
And you could see they brought over Jacob Paris, kid who's had a lot of success over the last 2 years over to that right side.
It's going to be up 3 minutes and counting to go here in the first half. Sterling looking for their first points of the game. They'd love to get it before half if they can. Thompson from the shotgun. 2 wideouts near side. Richardson still pushing ahead. He's going to gain about 4, leave him 3rd and about 3.
And I think what Sterling's done, you know, seen a lot of success off that right side. But even the left side is, Tad, they've done a great job negating any type of penetration. And, you know, just like the Heights runners, Jameer Richardson is a kid who you've got to get to before he gets going upfield, especially with such a big body like that.
2 minutes, 10 seconds and counting here in the first half. It's 3rd and about 5. Richardson looking, pushing, going ahead. Tackle saves a 1st down. It's going to leave him 4th and about 3. And we're going to get a timeout Heights. So Heights calls time. 1:58 to go in the first half. Heights leads at 21-0. But again, Kevin, you can see Sterling's offense is finding something they can work with here.
And I think the key is, like I said, they're winning the battles up front in the trenches. You know, that one, Jameer Richardson had a tough time getting his hand on the ball. It didn't really start too well. But Heights' lack of ability to gain penetration, or more importantly, the way Sterling's dominating that right side of that offensive line, allowed him still to get some room and get about a 3 or 4 yard gain.
A reminder, you can get DVD copies of any event that we have broadcast here in our history of Sterling High School TV 19. A lot of our stuff goes back to 1995, and we've been able to go catalog a lot of these events. You'll see that we'll post again throughout the cable TV season on Channel 19. But if you have an event you'd like to purchase, they're available for $20. It helps supports the TV department, what we do here for equipment. And we have big surprises coming for basketball equipment. We have brand new equipment. We're going to be outfitting the TV truck. We're going digital and high def for basketball season, so make sure you hang around for that.
The days of popsicle sticks and duct tape are long gone, right, Mr. Kevin?
They are going. They're winding down as the football and soccer season goes here on 4th down and 3. Richardson, he may have slipped, and now he's still on his feet. Now he slips again. He almost got away with it, finally tackled by Ringo. It'll be a turnover on downs to Heights. They're going to have 1:50 to play here in the first half with one timeout.
Yeah, and with the rain yesterday, you could see both teams have had issues with footing. I know we saw Joel Rodriguez slipped on an out play on a 4th down play. You saw Turner slip off to the right side for Heights, and there you see it really hurt Richardson.
It's not horrible, but it's not great. I mean, there is plenty of grass still on the field, but when I walked on it earlier, you can definitely feel it.
Yeah.
Heights has the passing game to get down the field. 1:50 to go, first half. DiOrio rolling right, and he fumbles the ball, jumps back on top. But Sterling did a real good job of putting some pressure on there. That was Jacquard Garan, one of my TV students. Good job, Jacquard.
Yeah, Jacquard's in my Algebra 3
He's got both goat announcers as teachers.
Right.
All right, we like that.
Great job of penetration there by Gerard in the middle. And, the first part of this game for Sterling, it was to get the offense going. Now, the second part is find a way to consistently gain penetration and stop this Haddon Heights offense.
2nd down and 18. Somebody better cover Isaiah Turner. You see running into the screen now is Valeriania. I can say it, right? Back to pass. Screen pass. Caught on the play by Fleming. Fleming down the sideline picks up a block, and he has a shot. I don't see any flags down as Fleming is going to score on a screen pass from 72 yards out. It's his 4th touchdown of the game, 3 rushing, 1 receiving.
Yeah, that's where, from a defensive standpoint, if you don't read screen early enough, you're a split second late to get over there. You're going to see happen what just happened with Fleming, who really doesn't need a whole lot of space, and then once he gets to the outside, it's all over with his speed.
That was his first touchdown of the game, receiving. Again, we mentioned he had 3 rushing thus far. Extra point try, trying to make it 28-0. This is where you got to warn the neighbors across the street. Good bout of spectators outside the gate here on a COVID broadcast as it goes right over a car and into the street. 45 seconds to go, first half. It's been all Haddon Heights. That was a very, very impressive run play there by Haddon Heights. They ran that to perfection.
Yeah, and you mentioned earlier, Tad, Fleming, only a sophomore, so, boy, he's going to really cause some defensive coordinators some fits this year and over the next 2 years.
Fleming's had an outstanding game, not only rushing the ball, but then receiving. Good blocking downfield. They set up the screen very well. That was a great call considering the play before Sterling got the sack.
Absolutely, because you look at a team that's gaining confidence and gaining penetration, and that was a good first time to show that play, and they executed to perfection. And like I said, if you're just a split second late to get over there with a kid like Fleming, you're going to pay for it.
So Sterling will take the kickoff down 28-0. They are on a 3-game winning streak versus Haddon Heights. The last time Heights won was back in 2012. They won that game 23-14. 2013, Sterling won 28-0. 18, they won 38-14, and 19, 27-19. So Heights getting revenge and then some today. As into kickoff will be Van Istendahl. And we get a flag and an offsides against Haddon Heights, so they'll have to do it all over again.
And Tad, I think you and I saw the resurgence of this Heights team last year in the last game of the season. If you remember, that was a 21-14 loss to Haddonfield, but they were down, battled back, and almost came away with a win in that game. And I think the confidence they gained in a game like that, they've absolutely carried over into this season.
Yeah, they've been very impressive today. They're well on their way to a 3-0 season to start. And on a flip note, one of those standings that caught my eye. Have you looked at our division recently at all? There is a team in our division that is 0-2, and I can guarantee it hasn't happened in a long, long time.
I think I saw that during the week. That's a shocker.
Right, we're talking about West Deptford is 0-2. Now, what happened with them? They got bumped up in the division. Are playing some really strong teams. Here's Holloway. Holloway across the 30. He's going to make it to about the 40-yard line, 35-yard line, 1st and 10. So that's one of the neat things about this football conference. Every 2 years, they reshuffle. They've identified that. Are we still streaming, Andrew?
We're still live.
Oh, okay. All right, so again, we'll continue. They're working through some picture issues right now. 31 seconds to go as we get this going. Our picture back, I assume? There we go.
Good job in coverage there by Heights. Jeremiah Thompson really had a lot of time. Good job by the offensive line, but again, an even better job by the defensive backs in one-on-one coverage for Haddon Heights.
2nd down and 8. We apologize there. We had a little technical issue. We're getting it back. Back to pass is Thompson. Now he'll keep it himself. Thompson may get out of bounds. He's pushed out of bounds. It'll stop the clock with 23 seconds to go here in the first half. It's tough. A couple of the passes he tried to throw, like the one that was intercepted on the 4th down play, he's got to let it go. And nobody was really open on the play. He had to force it. You're getting closer. Maybe you're going to wait till 4th down. Sterling still with 2 timeouts remaining. 3rd and long. Valeriano wide out to the near side. Thompson bobbles it. Going to take it himself. Oh, he is hit hard there. Good hit by DiGiovanni. Clock stops with 16 seconds remaining in the first half.
Yeah, whether it's Turner, DiGiovanni, these Haddon Heights safeties and defensive backs, not only are doing a good job in coverage, but doing a real nice job coming up as run stoppers. And you saw that right there with DiGiovanni. Really came up and put a shoulder into Jeremiah Thompson.
Thompson in to kick. The man of the day, Zaire Goffney-Fleming, back to receive the kick back at his own 30. 16.9 seconds remaining.
Go for the sidelines on this one.
High kick. He's going to let it bounce. And he picks it up. Gets by 2. Down the sideline. He has a couple white shirts that can stop him. Nice hit there to knock him down. That was Thompson, the punter, with 2.8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So we'll see what Heights wants to do with their lead in this one.
Well, I mean, this is a situation you say to yourself at this point, what do you do if you're Sterling going in a locker room? You know, you improved in your ability to move the ball downfield. You're able to run the ball. And you almost kind of have to forget about the score right now, just try and get one back to start the second half off and use your ability to use the whole field as you did in some of those drives where you had success.
Sterling had to spend a timeout, so they will stop it for a second as they were unsure as to what's going on there. We have 2.8 seconds remaining for our live audience. We'll just give you some of our music that we play here with the sights of what's going on throughout the second half, and then we'll be back with the live third quarter action for you. Again, if you're just tuning in, next week Sterling was scheduled to play at Delran. Delran announced late last night that they have a COVID issue, and they are going to be closed, and there will not be a football game with Sterling next week. Sterling is in the process of trying to pick up another game Just stay tuned to all our media outlets. We'll let you know if they're able to pick up a game either Friday or Saturday, home or away. We do not know. They're going to try.
And you had a feeling that this would eventually, something like this would happen, but we're talking to Mr. Manlove, our athletic director, and apparently there's a resource available where if this does happen to some teams, they can reach out and get themselves that extra game on a replacement game on short notice.
What should be the last play of the first half? 2.8 seconds remaining. 1st and 10. DeOrio wants to throw. He's going for it far side. Man there, it's incomplete. And that is going to do it for action in the first half. A first half dominated by Haddon Heights and Zaire Goffney Fleming. Fleming with all 4 touchdowns in the game. Heights leads at 28-0. We'll continue with our live broadcast here for our YouTube people. Everybody else will catch you when action resumes.
People are oblivious to the facts and supportive of the fiction. What should you believe? Believe the facts. COVID-19 is a real problem, and here's how you can do your part. Social distancing works. 6 feet apart from everyone. Proper mask placement prevents the virus from getting in and out, and lets you breathe normally. And if you're not near a sink, you can use hand sanitizer to kill the virus before it can keep spreading. But whenever you can, wash your hands. Soap, water, happy birthday. You know the drill. Let's help each other get through this. Stay safe, stay healthy, and go to cdc.gov for more information.
How was the game?
It was great. We won.
I'm sorry I missed it.
It's okay. You can check out all the highlights on Sterling TV 19's YouTube channel.
Oh wow, really? Alright, I'll check it out then.
Bye.
How do you think your junior year is gonna go? Joe? Joe? Joe, look out!
Working out.
Yo, watch where you're going.
We've been talking and I don't think we want you sitting anymore.
We've been friends for like ever. Why do you want me to go?
I think you should just leave.
Imagine being lazy by littering.
It couldn't be me.
Littering has many consequences that you might not even be aware of. It kills over 100,000 mammals each year. It degrades into our environment. It can cause us to live over a big pile of trash. Contaminates our water. It can even cause someone to trip and fall. It is also illegal.
Whoa. Pick that up. Pick it up.
So please, take the extra time to help keep our planet clean by not littering. Throw your trash in a trash can.
Pretty cool to join.
I know, right? That's what I was
Wait a minute. Man, where's your ID?
I don't know. Remy's not Irish, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, whatever you say, man.
Alright.
Young man, where's your ID?
Man, would you look at the time? I have to get to class.
I can explain.
Okay, you have to explain in my office.
the game?
It was great. We won.
I'm sorry I missed it.
It's okay. You can check out all the highlights on Sterling TV 19's YouTube channel.
Oh wow, really? All right, I'll check it out then.
Bye.
How do you think your junior year is gonna go? Joe? Joe? Joe, look out!
Hey, I don't think this is working out.
Dude, watch where he's going.
We've been talking and I don't think we want you sitting anymore.
We've been friends for like ever. Why do you want me to go?
I think you should just leave.
And welcome back, everybody. Tech Haddon Hts. Kevin Schulz, joined by Jason Schulz, a player on the team last year. We're at 28-0 here at halftime. We'll go to the Schulz family for comments on the first half.
Well, I'll tell you, it was definitely a rough first half for Sterling, but if you're going to take something positive out of it and build on it, Jason, it was the way they moved the ball towards the latter part of that second quarter.
Yeah, Jeremiah was doing a good job of taking over, and a couple good plays running the ball.
And it looked like the offensive line was doing a good job too. You didn't see Heights gain the penetration that they had gained a lot in that first quarter. And but the other part of this, we've been saying the whole time, is finding a way to stop the Haddon Heights offense. What do you think Sterling defensively has to do to stop this Haddon Heights offense?
I think they just gotta fill the gaps on the run plays and see the screen before it's wide open. The Haddon Heights quarterback is staring at the receiver the whole way, so you just gotta know. Linebackers gotta stretch to the outside and get in the way of the pass.
Yeah, we mentioned that. If you're a split second too late going over there, especially with a kid like Fleming, who really the afterburner's on in the open field, you're going to be in trouble. And you saw that on that big touchdown run off to the left side.
And I could see them coming back to the screenplay that they scored the touchdown on, because Sterling had nothing to defend for it.
No.
They didn't even see it coming.
We're at halftime here from Haddon Heights on a beautiful day for football. I'm Tad Kosneski again with Kevin Schulz and his son Jason, who played football here for Sterling last year. Sterling just trying to get anything they can offensively going in this second half. They had a little bit, as you mentioned, from their running back and their quarterback, have gotten next to nothing from the passing game thus far. But, Jason, you had a chance to play, I believe, against Haddon Heights last year. Tell us your thoughts on what you've seen from Haddon Heights thus far.
Last year they had a really good running back as well. I forget his name, but he was number 2, and he was a quick guy. They used him a ton, just like they're using – sorry, what's his name?
This is Goffney Fleming.
Yeah. definitely big on the running backs in their offense. A lot of screen plays, too, last year.
And you've played a linebacker. Imagine having to line up against number 5, their featured wide receiver, Isaiah Turner. He presents some problems.
Yeah, definitely. Lining up on the outside. He's just a big body.
And it looked like, with all the different weapons that Heights had, it forced Sterling to be out there in a one-on-one situation. Of course, they have Christian Valeriano, a bigger kid who, if anybody, has the best chance of going against Turner. But this kid's tough, and you can see why. They haven't really connected with him on a big play, but you can see his elusiveness in the few plays he has gotten his hands on the ball.
Yeah, there was one play on the pump and go where I believe he slipped on the sideline and it ended up being incomplete, but he was open. And it would have been a big gain.
He's got some height, can get up in the air, so he's the type of kid that can win a one-on-one battle.
All right, we're just about set for kickoff to start here the second half. Sterling will kick off. They are going to go from our left to our right. As Thompson going to kick off, Ferrante back, as is Trace. Here's an onside kick. One of the upbacks wisely jumps on it, unlike the Cowboys. You got a break. Good job there. Well, interesting try there to see if you can catch him off guard. The only problem is they kicked it right at the defender.
Give it a shot. Yeah, you want to hit the top of that ball a little bit so it gets up in the air, but that's easier said than done. Certain kickers have that ability to get that onside kick up in the air, and again, it's not easy to do.
1st and 10 from their own 49 for Heights. Goffney Fleming in the backfield has rushed for 3 touchdowns, had that long screen pass for a touchdown. He's been all the scoring thus far for Heights. 1st and 10. Pitch it to Fleming. Far side. He's going to throw it, and he has a man wide open. Good defensive play. Christian Valeriano read that all the way and made a great play.
Yeah, and a great job of Valeriano staying with Turner, but not interfering with him. And I think that happens a lot of time when the ball's up in the air for a long period of time. Again, we talked about Turner's ability to, even when he's covered, go up and get the ball, and that was just an outstanding job in one-on-one coverage by Valeriano.
I thought he was wide open initially as it went up, but Valeriano got in there very quickly and made a real tough play.
And even sticking to his man there, it's really easy to come off of him when you got the pitch play coming right at you.
Yeah, good discipline.
2nd down and 10. Goffney Fleming, nobody near him. He gets around the edge, pushed out of bounds on the play there by Rodriguez after a gain of 10 and close to a 1st down.
Just a loss to contain on that play by the Sterling defense. Let him get to the outside. You just can't let that happen.
That's been the problem, Kevin, most of the day against the running attack.
Yeah, and then it looks like some of the linemen are getting to that second level and not allowing the backers or any of the run stoppers come up to get to the outside to help out.
From the 41, 1st and 10. Goffney Fleming finds another hole. Going to get close to a 1st down. Might have it at the 30. Pretty nice open field tackle there. I believe that was Thompson. It is enough for a 1st down.
And Fleming is a kid who can find a way to make space on his own on the field. But there, boy, he really didn't even have to. He had a wide open hole and had nobody near him.
1st and 10 from the 30. 3 wideouts to the far side. Goffney Fleming, the lone setback. Quick pass far side, taking it is Ferrante. Ferrante for a 1st down, possibly more, gets a block. And does he get in? They're going to say no. He's going to be down at the 1-yard line as Sterling able to make a touchdown-saving tackle, I believe, by David Barber.
Yeah, what a play by Ferrante and an outstanding throw by DiOrio, and that's not an easy one to make, to get it where you need to get it for your receiver to catch it, and while he's catching it, having those shoulders squared up upfield and then accelerating upfield and getting a step ahead of the defense.
It's going to be 1st and goal from the 1 for the Garnets. trying to beat Sterling for the first time since back in 2012. Sterling has won the last 3 meetings.
Sterling's got to be ready. They're just gonna try to punch it in here. Yeah. I don't see them messing around.
First and goal. And the quarterback, not messing around, is going to go in with it. So Diorio is going to get his first rushing touchdown of the game, and that will increase the lead. That is his second touchdown of the season rushing.
Yeah, and we said that was the big problem with Sterling. At times they were able to move the ball. They felt confident in their ability to do that on the offensive end, but still have no answer for the multiple weapons that Haddon Hts brings to the table on the offensive side of the ball.
Van Instendahl with a very crucial extra point. We'll explain after the break. Here's a line drive kick. It is long enough, and it is good. 10:19 to go here in the third quarter. Hts leads it 35-0. And the reason we say that is an important extra point is in high school football, I'm going to say maybe about a dozen years ago or so, they have a speed-up rule in effect. When you go up by 35, the clock will run. So that's the situation we're in right now.
Oh, we said it a couple weeks ago. This is where a lot of the coaches are looking to see who's out there making plays, playing hard. And, everything shows up on film. And at this point, Sterling's got to forget about the score and just keep playing as hard as they can.
Again, if you're just tuning in, Sterling was scheduled to play against Delran next week. That game has been canceled due to COVID issues at Delran High School. So as of now, Sterling does not have a game next weekend. They're in the process of trying to pick up a game either Friday or Saturday, home or away. When we find out if there's a game, you will hear first here probably on our social media outlets. Here's George Van Instendahl to kick. He was kicking some field goals at halftime. He was making 45-yarders with no problem. He's got a foot. Coming near side of the field, this is Miller. Miller across the 25, still on his feet across the 30, pulled down from behind at the 36-yard line. Nice return by Miller. Noah Kearney in on the stop.
Good run by Miller, getting the ball, running it right up the gut, taking on contact, and getting himself another 4 or 5 yards there. Nice run there by Miller.
So Sterling in the situation, again, of trying to get their first points of the day. Pretty much all that's been successful has been Thompson or Richardson running between the tackles. First and 10 from the 36-yard line. Thompson over center. And now he'll go from the shotgun. Check that. First and 10. Spiritoso shifted to the right side. Now Thompson going to talk to his lineman.
Look for Christian in the slot here.
That might have been a direct handoff. I don't know if it was scheduled that way, but it looked like it went to Richardson. Is that a called play, Jason?
Honestly, that was hard to tell. I don't know. The snap wasn't really up, and it looked like it was in the middle of both of them.
So just like Richardson got to it first.
Yeah, I'd say that.
It almost looked like Valeriano on the outside turned in as if the ball was supposed to go to him, but I think, obviously Richardson saw it on the ground, just picked it up and got it. But again, not knowing the play, you don't know for sure.
Second down and 12 for Sterling. 8:40 and counting to play in the third quarter.
Christian will be up the seam here.
Low snap again, and this is picked off. Picked off by Ferrante. Ferrante is going to take this one back. Ferrante from 36 yards out, and Hts increases the lead.
Well, not a tough one. Ferrante had that middle of the field covered, and that one was right in the numbers, and he had a lot of room off to that left side. We've seen his speed on offense, and there we see it on the return of the interception on defense.
Yeah, he read the eyes all the way. Knew he was going to have it.
So Hts with their biggest point output of the season thus far. They scored 34 points in each of their first games. They've got 41 right now. Van Instendahl in for the extra point. Diorio will hold. Tough snap. Good job by Diori to pick that up. It is good. 8:22 to play in this third quarter. It's been all Heights. They lead it 42-0. I want to remind you we have a brand new Twitter page for updated information. Just started this week by the Sports Broadcast. Right now, what we're going to do at Night's Overtime is we're going to give you the extra stuff with sports that you're not used to seeing, the behind-the-scenes stuff, maybe some practice stuff. Let the coaches talk a little bit. The kids will talk to you a little bit. We have some of the kids might do some bus ride trips with us. So it's all the little things you won't see on the broadcast here on TV 19. Again, go to Twitter at Night's Overtime for more information. And there he goes, Jason, right to his phone. I don't know if you can see him. We'll put you on the screen now. He's going right to it. Get that on there. You got to tell Brandon over there. Brandon Grace sitting with him as well. And we'll hear from him in a little while.
Follower.
All right, he's a follower. We've got our followers. I feel important. That's Mr. Strauss that runs that for you. So, again, all our fans, get on it. Brandon's getting on it now as we get the kickoff near side of the field. Here's Miller. He did a nice return his last time. Miller across the 25, and that's about all he's going to get as he's tackled by DeAndre Stokes, a freshman.
And Tad, you were mentioning about West Deptford and Haddonfield, how, with their success, they've taken on playing playing more of the Group 1 schedule, and with the talent and the improvement you're seeing on the field moving forward when they have playoffs next year, this could be a team that's going to be reckoned with.
Here's Richardson, maybe for a yard. Matthew Hunter in there on the stop, maybe a half a yard. Yeah, their first game was Collingswood. They won it 34-14. Then, they were Gateway, 42-0. And then Collingswood, they won last week, 27-21. But it gives teams a more equal shot. It was tough for them for many years when they had to line up against some of the big Group 2 schools. It's a good team to be reckoned with this season. 2nd and 10. 2 wide outs to the near side. Richardson. He's going to get I'll tell you what, let's give Richardson some credit. I've seen lesser players go down on first contact. He continually pushes the feet.
Well, Tad, that's what we talked about. You look, your team's down 42-0. Again, this is what the coaching for. Who's out there still playing hard, still playing like it's a 0-0 game, and Jameer Richardson definitely falls into that group.
Definitely an improvement from last year. He's starting to play behind his pads a lot more.
3rd down and 6 for the Silver Knights. Pass play near side. Rodriguez, he might get a first down. I think he does, depending on the spot. Yes, he'll get a first down. Good job by Yoel Rodriguez on the throw by Thompson.
And Tad, the thing I liked about that, and that ball had a little bit of air on it. He had some time to basically stay there. Instead of just sitting back, Rodriguez took a couple steps towards the ball. And that's a good play. And that's what you need to do on that type of pass play to the outside.
Good job of Jeremiah throwing it before the break, too, with the anticipation.
1st and 10, just shy of the 40. Thompson gives it to Richardson. Richardson again pushing ahead. Again, they're back to their successful plays they've been running. It's a gain of about 8.
Richardson once again with the carry for the Silver Knights. He follows the number of his linemen up to the 46-yard line.
I got to restart the software. Audio is all out of whack. I can't restart. Keep going.
That's going to make it 2nd and 2 for the Silver Knights.
2nd down and 2